So this is me. I took this photo on January 2nd, 2020. Now let's roll back a couple of years to when I first got interested in fitness. 2016. The beginning of high school, I did something for the first time I was really interested in, and that was Muay Thai. Now I was a small, pudgy little Indian boy throughout my childhood, but something about self-defense and the confidence that came with it became very interesting to me. So my bros and I took the classes and really enjoyed it. It was at this point that I learned the benefits of discipline and hard work, something that this guy should take some notes on. I spent months biking to class, going through the training and biking home, and I got what I put into it, which was results. This, however, didn't last too long. School and a job quickly caught up with me, and I fell out of practice and turned into this guy. 2017. Spencer was a sad lad who was the exact opposite of 2016 Spencer. I had to dig myself out of a weird emotional hole I had gotten myself into, which I will henceforth refer to as the Big Sad. The Big Sad took place after I graduated from high school in September of 2017. I was pretty fragile after me and this girl parted ways, wasn't really eating, was constantly anxious, and had consistent nausea. After getting some things off my chest, albeit in quite a rude way, I began to move on. I didn't really know what to make out of what happened, and I wish I could go into more detail, but at her discretion, she'd rather it be kept between us. I became pretty down with no motivation to do anything. After I got tired of feeling sorry for myself and doubting everything, I decided to focus on improving me. So I tried to control what I could and began working out. Nothing crazy. Just 3 different variations of push-ups. I caught on to this thing called calisthenics. That was very much the type of training I felt most suited my body type. After watching hours of videos from different creators, I thought if I trained as often as I watched these calisthenics videos, I would probably be jacked already, so I got to work in the summer. I made some good progress, doing some very basic moves, push-ups, pull-ups, etc. That's when 2018 happened. 2018. In the beginning of 2018, I took some time off work because retail during Christmas was stressful and I still needed to clear my head. I built a few routines to go through, focusing on chest, triceps, shoulders, the next day back and biceps, and the next day legs. I did much more thorough research and found my now favorite fitness channel, Calisthenics Movement, or Cali Movement. These guys do amazing work and I really got into it. I got into expanding my range of equipment as well. I decided to hang a heavy bag in my garage because I wanted to get back to the old Muay Thai days. And after doing that, I made plans to build a proper pull-up bar in my backyard rather than the door one I have. I started a bit early and the ground was still frozen, so I waited till April. Then I got to work. It was this year that I started filming some of my progress stuff with the intention of one day posting, so I apologize in advance for any bad phone footage or audio. So I filmed the digging, but quickly ran out of footage on my poo-poo phone. Long story short, I built the bars just like I planned and used it for the first time. And it was super satisfying, but not quite right. I used 4x4s for the pull-up bar, and it was pretty shaky when I was above the bar, so I added dip bars to help stabilize them and used 6x6s this time. And then I used the dip bars for the first time, and that was extremely satisfying. I added my final addition to my little outdoor gym, a bar for human flagpole holds. I played with my new backyard gym all summer, but there was one final piece of equipment that I absolutely needed: the gymnastics rings. This was the king of calisthenics / gymnastics equipment. With my new bar, I finally had somewhere to hang them. This was my favorite piece of equipment by far, even though I never really got good with them. I was doing all sorts of exercises on the rings. and even some handstand stuff. Summer ended and my college course in broadcasting began. I kept up the workouts until the new year. 2019. I had 2 surgeries in 2019, one in January and the other in May. The first one wasn't so bad, but kept me away from the bars for a while. And then knowing about the 2-month recovery for the next surgery got me into the mindset of why bother if I'm just gonna have to recover again. This mindset killed my gains. There was a lot of doing nothing. At this point, it was my summertime I lost in recovery. I tried to get work and found some at a coffee shop post-surgery, and it was the days that I worked that I found I got the most things done. In August, me and my cousins biked to Toronto, and it was a glorious, fun, and goofy journey. But other than that, I didn't do much training. I had enrolled in a prerequisite course to lifeguard way back in 2018, and the course was at the end of August, so it was coming up soon. After having recovered and high off my bike ride, I was pretty confident, but was quickly put into my place. The technique of life-saving skills I grasped. However, the endurance test I was not prepared for. I used to do swimming lessons as a kid, but I haven't swam for distance in almost 10 years. So I do the endurance test, going ham in front crawl, and quickly realized that my breathing technique was trash because I haven't been training and I had a poor habit of smoking as well. I was struggling after 4 lengths and was legit afraid I might need to be rescued, so I switched to back crawl. I needed to keep my head above water so I could breathe, but I was still audibly struggling. After back crawling for 16 more laps and finishing the 500-meter endurance swim, my time was 5 minutes over the required time of 15 minutes. So the instructor asked if I could shave the time down to 15 and under in 3 days. I was still determined and said I could do it. However, the next morning, my body, super ill-prepared for that kind of cardio, was absolutely broken. So I knew that I would be feeling broken all week. I tried to practice and tried to utilize friends who had swimming pools so I could get some pool time in, but my body was just broken. Like, it wasn't, my shoulders were aching, my core, just everything, my legs. I could barely move. So I basically failed. I decided to withdraw from the program and get my money back because I knew I wouldn't be able to hack it. So after that, school started, and I've basically just been wasting away. So now it's 2020, and I want to change things.